Hey guys, it's us, and today we're going to talk about why we didn't make a video last week, because it's a good story. Caitlin, do you want to describe what our plan was?
Okay, so our town has this county fair every year, and there's rides and food and all that drama, and we get to the fair. And we were going to meet Allison, me, Cameron, and Miranda back there. And we get out of the car, and I'm like, ooh, let's make a Snapchat video, and we'll just make videos on the rides and stuff for our subscribers.
Like a cool video
Like
Snapchat story of the fair, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. We both did. So the first ride that we hit was the Ferris wheel, I think.
Yeah.
Ferris wheel.
You know the Ferris wheel and then the roundup.
No, it was the roundup, then the Ferris wheel, then you got the zipper right after that.
Miranda, we got on the Ferris wheel
No,
first.
you did
Yeah.
not.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Anyways, after we got off the Ferris wheel, we went to the roundup, which is, if you don't know, it's a round that spins,
Like a tornado. It's
Like-
probably called a tornado in bigger towns.
and then it's just crazy looking. After we hit the roundup, we were like, screw the little tilt-a-whirls and the tornado. We need to hit the Holy Grail a la carte cream of the crop thing of the fair, which is the zipper, which most towns have this in their like fairs and their bazaars and whatnot. And it's basically, to describe it, it's a spinning.
Well, to mention, Paul Zimmer, who we watch on Exclamation Point, he got on the zipper and passed out in it, and they opened the door, and he fell out and blood went everywhere, so he should have known not to get on it.
Yeah, that was like shortly after, so we were like, oh, we were just joking around like, oh, what if we get in the zipper? Paul got in and all this other stuff. So we're at the front of the lines. It's the beginning of the fair, and we're just looking at each other like, it's gonna be a fun night. We can't wait. And we got on zipper cage number 2.
Yeah, and Karen's like, I said, will this make me get sick? And Karen's like, no, unless you get number 8. So that's like, which I've been on the zipper before, and I rode it like 6 times in a row. So I don't know why, just this one night. Which I had ate it since lunch that day.
Which is like 12:37. So, and it was like 6 o'clock. So basically, me and Caitlin are standing in line before we get on the zipper, and I'm like, I'm feeling a little sick, and she's like, me too. So that should have been, like the giant thing that tells us we shouldn't get on this ride, like Final Destination. You know how like beforehand there's like a rickety like chainsaw hanging above them, and they're just like looking at it. Well, that was our version.
It's a rickety chainsaw.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, let's get on. So we get on, and we're just having fun. We're like laughing along, and then Caitlin just doesn't say anything for a really long time.
Yeah, my head kept hitting because whenever you're in the zipper, there's like this thing in front of you, and there's pads because you hit your head because it keeps flipping. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get sick because my head, like I would get really motion sick. So I put my hand, like, or my arm over my head so that it'd hold me still. And I'm one of those people that when I start getting really sick, like you can't talk to me. And Cameron makes me laugh.
So basically, wait. So basically, I have my sweater off because in Texas, when it just turns fall, it's still blazing hot. So I have my sweater off and all of this other stuff, and then I look at Caitlin and I'm like, you okay? And then she just does this. And I'm like, no.
Which, mind you, if you get sick easy, Miranda, then cover
I
your
don't get
ears
sick
or
easy.
stop watching the video.
Click off now.
But
Click
I
off.
have been holding throw up in my mouth, like full mouth of throw up for like at least 30 seconds before that. And Karen looks at me, he's like, is you okay? And the sweater's like hitting him in the face because they're flipping. And I went, and that was rest in
So
peace.
all I remember after that is me just like turning away from her and just looking down, and the zipper was like facing the ground. And I was like, and I was like trying to think of what to do. And at that moment, it was there was throw up everywhere. It filled the entire cage. And it was all in her hair. It was all in my
I
pants.
was looking cute. We were both looking cute that day.
And it was just tragic because it was everywhere. And that's when the ride started to slow down. That's when we knew we had to act fast. So I was like, oh shit, she's gonna be so embarrassed. She's gonna be so embarrassed. I have to do something. So I picked up my sweater, which I got off of H&M. And it's really cute, just a basic sweater. And I love it so much. And I gave it to her and I was like, wipe your face off, we need to go. And then that's when, like, the ride was going down. We were about to be let off. Since we were the first ones on, we're the first ones off. So we just get off and she's like scrubbing her face. And of course she can't see shit because it's all in
And I
her
had
lashes.
on red lipstick.
It was not good. So, like, when we get let off, there's, like, of course, like, jackasses standing there.
That we go to school with.
It's so embarrassing. I can, like, feel the embarrassment radiating off of her and, like, soaking into my skin. It's
And
that.
Cameron, which I love you, you were a good friend for that. But as soon as the dude opens the cage door, the guy goes, and Cameron's like, she threw up, she threw up. Like,
I think that's pretty bad, but what I did, I sacrificed my fashion, I sacrificed my wardrobe to her to get throw up and everything. And this isn't even what's coming. Like, what's coming up next is not even, like, comparing to this. So we were just like, okay, I, like, looked at her and I was like, we need to go to my car. We need to go. So we drove Miranda to the fair, by the way. So she's just chit-chatting with some people. And since she doesn't get on the zipper, so
she's on the baby swing.
Yeah. So we go to my
Sure
car,
enough.
and we're just standing outside my car, and I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do? And she's like, I can still ride, and I'm like,
Yeah, and mind you, I'm like, okay, I wear glasses, obviously. There's throw up on my glasses. There's throw up in my hair. I have luscious curly hair. There's throw up streams of it in my hair, chunks. Mind you, sorry if you get sick. And then I had on a black tank top and then a like turquoise tank top, which you'll see in the video over that, and then my flannel around my waist. So I'm just out in the parking lot with men everywhere and little children stripping my shirts off.
she's like, look, it's okay, and it's on her pants, it's on my pants. I don't have
on
it.
the opposite side of that you were sitting.
Yeah, I
on,
don't know
so-
how I got all the way over here. Like, we were sitting like this, and her throw up got right here on my pants. So it's really weird. And I was like, no, we just need to get in the car and go home and, like, take showers and all this. And so there was a moment we were just sitting in the car, just, like, reminiscing on what just happened. And we were like, and it came to me, and I was like, this is probably going to make everything bad, but what is this exactly? I was just,
And
like,
at our
looking
school,
at my hands, and I was just like, what's all over me?
Yeah, and at our school, you either have like regular school lunch or you have salad bar, potato bar. You can have like a sandwich and chips. And I ate a potato bar that day.
And my least favorite food is potatoes.
So Cameron, he was like, Caitlin, what are these chunks? And I started laughing, and then it made me feel sick again. I felt bad because Cameron was like trying to hurry it so that I wouldn't be that uncomfortable with throw up all over us. And he's like, sorry, girl, I'm driving like this. Because he was like trying to hurry.
And all I remember is just like a small pain on my waist, or on my wrist, right here where the armband was. And that's where like was like sitting on me for like 8 hours straight. And I was like, this is really irritating me. But I got I was like, Miranda, rip off my armband.
I had no idea.
I didn't know there was throw up on it until I like thought about it. I was like, okay, my arm was right because there was like throw up
Stomach acid.
on my hand and on my wrist. So I hope you guys have an amazing week. And we love you, and make sure to subscribe to the Fab Four.
I'm sorry if I made you sick.
Yeah, sorry, viewer discretion is or was advised. We love you.